Hello everyone, I'm Levi Robertson and this is a new way to play, where I help you get more out of the games you already own. Today I'll be showing you my diceless version of Catan. Dice hate me, so I wanted to make a version where I stood a chance of winning sometimes. Let's get into it. Build out the border and randomly place all of the hexes inside, except the desert. That goes in the middle, with the robber. Place your port pieces where they're supposed to go, then place all 5 resource decks at the top side of the board. Draw 4 cards from each deck and shuffle them together. Then draw cards from this new deck and place 4 at each section around the board. If you ever have 3 or 4 of the same type on one side, swap them with an adjacent side. You don't want more than 2 of the same type here. Then take your number pieces and place the 12 and the 2 11s onto the hexes that touch 2 different ports, and then randomly place the remaining numbers onto the empty hexes, but not in the desert. Give each player their pieces of their chosen color, and have everyone place one of their roads in a row between the resource decks and the first set of 4 cards. Take the 2 dice and throw them back in the box. We hate them now. Now we're ready to play. The player whose road is furthest to the left will go first. On your turn, you will first do all of your building and developing that you can. Sadly, trading is pretty pointless in this variant, so just forget about it. After you're done with that, take your resource road and move it onto one of the resource cards at the next section of the board, going clockwise, and take that resource from the pile. You can never move onto a card that another player has already chosen, and you can never have more than 7 cards at a time. If you do, discard down to 7 at the end of your turn. Once you take a resource, your turn is over and the next player furthest back takes their turn. And this is how turn order is decided for the whole game. Now back to building. The same placement rules apply where there must be 1 corner between any building. But now you can build a settlement anywhere on the board. It does not need to be attached to a road. Roads, however, can still only be built if touching another one of your buildings or roads. Now let's answer your question of why these numbers are even on the board. At the end of the game, the player who has the most points on a hex takes the number token and adds it to their total score. So here, red has a city and white has a settlement. The city is worth 2 points, so red takes the token and adds it to their total score. If there is a tie, players add up their point total along their route. So here, both players have 2 points contesting this hex, but white has an additional 1 point on their route, so they take the token. If there is still a tie, flip the token over and no one gets it. Now, how does the robber ruin everyone's fun in this version? When a player plays a knight, they must move the robber. Wherever the robber is, no one can build settlements, roads, or cities on that hex. As annoying as this may be, this means you could take the lead on a hex, then move the robber there. So that hex is yours unless someone else draws a knight. Sneaky. Let me know in the comments if you hate this or the OG robber more. Now, a quick recap of a turn. If you're the furthest player back, it's your turn. Do all the doings, build, upgrade, or buy development cards. Then move your piece onto a resource of the next section of the board and take that resource. Discard down to 7 cards if you need to, and the next player furthest back takes their turn. Now once everyone has made it to the last section of the board, take turns moving your pieces to where you started, and choose one of your buildings to gain a resource from one of the hexes it's touching. Then follow the route from that building and gain resources from any other building on that route. To make this more clear, the orange player chooses this city and takes 2 sheep from this tile. You get 2 resources from cities. They then follow their path to another city and decide to take another sheep and a wood. You don't have to take both resources from the same tile. Then their turn is over and the next player goes. Once all players have finished the round, check to see if anyone has a total of 10 points. If not, go another round. But if someone does, the game is over. Remember, a settlement is worth 1, cities are worth 2, longest route and largest army are worth 2 apiece, and some development cards give points as well. Once the game is over, it's time to collect those juicy points on the board. Go from hex to hex and hand the winner the number token, or flip it over if there's a tie. After every space has been claimed, add up your points from the tokens and your in-game points, and the player with the most points wins. And that's it for my diceless version of Catan, where I still constantly lose. Please subscribe to the channel and visit my website at familytree.games to see the games I've made. Thanks for watching.